Welcome to another episode of Royal Rumble. Please stand by for the upcoming fight. This time, Chaos will face up against Dawi.
So welcome to another episode of Royal Rumble. This time with a multiple battlecast. Chaos versus Dawi. So this will be also my last battlecast for this matchup. I will not do any Chaos Dawi casts anymore because the matchup will not change anymore. Nothing new under the sun. Overall, it will be the same also in the future. And I will show you in the first replay my Chaos my Chaos army, my Chaos lineup, and I play with that since half a year. I never change anything at all because it's performing always very well. So also I think it's nice to see this matches over here. This battlecast is quite interesting. Also, if you don't know how you are able to win 100% or at least to 99% against Dawi, I can show you that, no problem. And yeah, some short lesson. I will not go in every detail over here. So, but yeah. So in the first replay, I will show you my lineup. So as I said, always the same. I have Chaos Marauders in the front line. Because for increasing the amount of units, infantry units, they will not perform very well against Dawi at all, but they're increasing the amount of units, and they can block. They will rout really fast, but they will come back. So overall, I think it's okay. So if you increase the amount of units in the front line, you can flank your enemy. Know what I mean? So if you not have much units in the front line, you are not able to flank him well. So it's okay. It's okay to bring low tier infantry over here, and then to stack with high tier infantry and to flank him on the sides. So this is the plan. So this is the reason why the Marauders are in the front line, and directly behind that, Chaos Marauders with Great Weapon. So they will support the front line over here. And they will perform better against Dawi, also very cheap, also a huge amount of units. Then over here, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units. Very good over here. And on the side, high tier infantry. So Chaos Warriors with Great Weapon. So they will join the frontline fight over here, or they will flank over here. It depends. I will decide that spontaneous, how the frontline fight runs, and yeah. Always the same over here with Kolek Sun Eater and Dragon Ogre Shagget. They combine strength and mobility, and this is of course, very important for to compete against Dawi, because there are a lot of armor piercing damage. So strong, strongest lord in the game. And with the Dragon Ogre Shagget, so much mobility, and it's worth it because Dawi has nearly no mobility. And of course, always Gorby's chariots. I think 2 units are enough. It's very difficult for Dawi to compete against chariots, but these are the best chariots in the game. They will crush the enemy front line, and Dawi is not able to cast a net or something like that to make them sticky, or that they cannot move. So Dawi hasn't anything like for this, so it's quite difficult for them to handle it. So the only thing they can do is to shoot with the cannons or thunderers, and hope that they will kill their chariots after a while in melee combat. But yeah. So in this case, my opponent had a really nice. The build was quite competitive. We have Longbeards over here, miners, Longbeards, miners, Longbeards, Dwarf Warriors, miners, Longbeards, Longbeards. So this is quite competitive. Longbeards perform very well against Chaos because they have a huge armor piercing amount. They have charge defense against large foes, so very good over here. The miners, the blasting charges make so much damage to infantry, also very good against chaos. Draw warriors also perform very well, great weapon. No charge defense, be careful over here, but overall they are quite cheap and increase the amount of units in the Dawi army, and very good over here. And yeah, so Thunder is in the front line, but he will return into the back line over here. And we have Slayers, also must have against Chaos to kill the Kolek or large units, very good over here. So 1 or maybe also 2 units are very important. Then Torgrim Grudgebearer is okay to bring him, I think. The Rune Lord is also very good, but it's also good to bring him. he reads in his book. He reads in the Book of Grudges. But yeah, it's okay to bring him. Very strong, because he's stronger than the Rune Lord. Makes more melee. He makes more damage than the Rune Lord. But he has no runes. But he has another ability, Master Rune, +8 leadership, armor piercing +8, Master Rune of Strummy, leadership melee attack, Great Book of Grudges +12 melee attack. So he also give his infantry units nearby or allies nearby a buff, but he has no direct runes. But he has this +12 melee attack, the Great Book of Grudges, so this is in fact the Book of Grudges, and this is also very good. So he has no direct runes to activate, not activating abilities over here, so no runes, but he has this ability over here, and this is constantly, so it's very good also. Very good also. Of course the runes are better, but he performed very well in melee combat, better than the Rune Lord. So also a very good pick. And my opponent has had 2 runesmiths for the runes, 2 cast runes. So this combination is quite good to bring Torgrim, Grudgebearer, and 2 Rune Lords. Because he is on this mount over here, it's very good because he can compete very well against the Kolek. Of course, the Kolek can compete also very well against him, because he will not fly around. He's not squishy. He will stand his ground, but he will take also a lot of hits. But also he will hit the Kolek also very much. So on this mount, it's very good. So if you bring a other lord not on the mount, he will fly around and he cannot compete very well against the Kolek. So we have a cannon over here, also always important, must have against chaos, and yeah. So let's start over here. You can see we have a charge in at the front line. The Gorbis chariots are also in here. Here goes down a Lord of the Storm, very juicy one on the miners. So the miners, he had also 2 or 3 units of miners, and they are also you have to be careful because they make so much damage to infantry units, and always try to focus them out with the Gorbis chariots before your infantry will join the fight or will get to the front line. So you can see here he sends his Torgrim to the Gorbis chariots, very good over here. But also I noticed that, and you can see the best way to use the Gorbis chariots is to cycle charge constantly, in and out and in and out. Never stay at one place. It's very difficult to handle that. Also, always get away from the Slayers with your large units and send them some Chaos Warriors, because the Chaos Warriors will kill the slayers very fast. He was a very good player. Over here you can see Longwitz with great weapons. Was not able to flank him over here. So he stopped me. But the performance of the Chaos Warriors is here very good. Maybe he supported his... or I supported my Chaos Warriors. Don't know. But the Longbeards should also... they should trade quite even with Chaos Warriors. This game, it was a very wide front line. Brought up the storm over here. But I don't hit very much units. So I managed it to break through over here, and always very important to make some trouble in the back line. Not just stay in the front line, focus on the front line. Kill the cannons, kill the thunderers, kill the rune lords. Runesmiths are very important to kill them. I know it's easier in the beginning to ignore them, because it's not so easy to kill them, because they will fly around and cannot kill them very fast. But it is, I think, a mistake to ignore them, because with the runes they support their own units so much. This is... So there was in fact not... yeah, okay, I have a really healthy Dragon Ogre couple, but overall he also made a lot of kills. I think this lineup was very good over here. So very good match. And very good performance, very good lineup. But I think in this case the mobility made the difference. So you can see the lords are very healthy. And yeah. Because overall this infantry build over here, or my build, is not very strong. You can make a stronger build, a stronger infantry build. But I'm putting a little bit low tier infantry in there to increase the amount, as I said, and that I to have more mobility with the Dragon Ogres and Gorbis Chariots. So my infantry will not, if I don't take care on the infantry, or will not flank him, or will not make some trouble in the back line, my infantry will probably will not win. So let's go directly in the second replay. So as I said, I will fast forward over here. Also nothing to say more about my lineup over here. It's always the same. We have here a complete build without any cannons and grudge throwers and stuff. No, so just the infantry. I like hammerers in this matchup for the Dawi, because hammerers are so strong. Hammerers are one of the strongest infantry units. I think hammerers should be at least the legendary hammerer unit, the Gate Guard or the Gate Peak Guard, I don't know the name exactly, are the best infantry unit in the game. So I made some tests. They will kill Chosen, they will kill everything. But this is a usual hammerer unit, but they will also perform very well against Chaos. Chaos units, very huge amount of armor piercing over here. Weapon strength is 50, it's huge. So the 40 armor piercing, it's a lot. Very good. You can see also here directly drive in with my Gorbis chariots and make some trouble. But in this case, as you can see over here, he managed very well to blast everything away over here. It was a really good stuff. You can see that. A lot of damage to my marauders, and their low tier infantry take a lot of damage. They're not very heavily armored. No, armor is very low. So we take a lot of damage from the blasting charges. Very good of my opponent over here. So also very good. Also chase in the or charge at the back line. Very good over here. Very out to the back line and in. So and on the front line with your infantry. See, good. A lot of storm running down over here. Flankings on the side as always. Also on this side. Hammers took a lot of damage. In this case, my opponent had a... What we have for a lord over here, let's see. There he is. Belaga Iron Hammer. Also very strong lord. But it's not a significant amount of armor piercing, I think. Let's go. Let me take a short look. Sure, I can find him over here. Yeah, we have him here. So the amount of weapons is huge. 572. Also the armor piercing, okay, it's very well. I see 230 is also very good. So the stats of the lords of the Dawi are so strong. Or Belagar, or it's so strong. It's so much armor, but they are so squishy. With one hit, you can see that they fly around, and they cannot stand their ground to compete against the Kolek. If they are able to hold longer or don't want to fly around or would not fly around and stuff, they will hit their Kolek very much, because nearly 600 weapon strength is a lot. Yeah. Also, I'm always focus out the enemy lord, because it will also reduce, not significant. Dawi is very able to also to win a fight also if the lord is dead. For Dawi, it is not that problem like it is for a vampire account. So if a vampire account lord is dying, it's a lot of, you have a lot of problem, or it's a big disadvantage. For Dawi, you can still win the game. So it's from all sides, from behind with the Gorbis chariots and with the dragon ogres, you constantly run around. This is the trick, because it's very difficult for Dawi to deal with that. It was a very high tier infantry. You can see a lot of iron breakers, so strong iron breakers. They hold the lines for such a long time. In combination with the hammer is very good over here. So I think if you leave that out, if I just the infantry, I will lose. Cannot compete here. But with the Gorbis chariots and the dragon ogres, that makes the difference. So let's go in the fourth. So in this case, my opponent also here, accurate miners in the front for the blasting charges. Very good. Longbeards, dwarf warriors, but I don't like the lineup. It's very weak, because they will have to turn back if I come, or they will throw the blasting charges and will turn around. And these guys are also not very able. It's not a steady box, you know. Have to always to protect each side. It's quite open here. Of course, it's wide, but also I'm able to flank him maybe. but I'm not. It's not important over here because it's very thin front line, and I can compete very well against each unit. So in my opinion, not a good formation. I've always to stack units, so you will make one line, one line, one line, front line, support front line, side, always more units than one on each side to support every side. You can see here now the charging, but they made a lot of damage. These are the Acront miners, so the legendary unit, so they make a lot of damage to the Gorbis chariots. As I said, drive in, drive out. Not so a little bit of micromanagement to do that, but it's very important that you not you have to move all the time. Blasting charges over here, a lot of damage. But in this case, you could see that it's a mistake to create a blob like this. Never run after the Gorbis chariots with so many units. It is a big disadvantage because my army is coming, and you can see he has no formation now. So the most important thing is never chase any Gorbis chariots with a lot of units and creating a blob like this, and you lose the control. So also here on the side, drive in. No charge defense then, so these guys have, oh, this is minus, but also units with charge defense against large units don't have that if you charge in from the side or from behind. Just see how much damage Gorbis chariots made. The charging over here. So this side is, the middle is quite weak. I will break through that within seconds. You can see that I directly sent my colleague and my Dragon Ogre to break through here. So here, a problem to flank. This will join over here. And I think I will flank also over here. So this side, of course, here was the blob. It's quite strong now. But if you can manage it to break through on this side and this side, it's, yeah, if you can see that, it's broke up. Can break through now, join the fight over here maybe. This unit is complete free, can sandwich over here. So no problem. Also here. So it's very very important to have a good formation with Dawi. I think most of you know Turin. So Turin made a live stream a couple of days ago, and he said something very important. To play with Dawi is like chess. So you have your figures, and you have to put them always in the right formation. And so it's very important to have a formation, very good formation at the beginning, and then you put them always, have to always react. Stuff, everything. Stuff. So it's like chess, like Turin said, it's very, it is like this. So the formation at the beginning is very important. And this is only a matter of time till this will break up. So of course it will hold us some minutes, but everything will join over here because this was very weak, this side. The left side at least was okay. So the performance here is good. Longbeards. But this side, even if they have a lot of high tier units, will not, because they are surrounded completely. And the Dragon Ogres made a lot of trouble. This case he brought a Rune Lord on a mount, so very competitive pick, I think. But yeah, against the Dragon Ogre, and it's not so good. Little bit of fast forward over here. You can see this side will break up. It just broke up here. That it will route, and they will not join the fight over here. Complete surround. It's typically the it is like this. So the beginning I charge in with Gorbis chariots. So I'm also telling you this if you like to play with Dawi against Chaos to improve your skills there, to make not that mistakes. Because if you, as I said, the beginning Gorbis chariots drive in, then the most player will create a blob and run after the chariots. Then the complete formation is lost. You lost the control. Then the infantry will, the chaos infantry will join that, and it's easy to. So you have always a weak side then, and that will break up, and the chaos warriors will go through that. So it's very, very important to hold the line and to not overcommit a fight over here. So let's go to the last one. Last but not least. I think this was my last match against the Dawi. And also, as I said, this will be my last cast for this matchup because it will never change anything. So in this case, we have gyrocopters over here. So the performance of gyrocopters, of course, is okay. It's the only thing you have for the mobility with Dawi. But I don't like gyrocopters. I cannot tell you why. In my opinion, the amount of damage is not so high, so that's very low. So it's, I think it's not worth it. I think the best way to handle it against Chaos is to overwhelm the infantry, because you are able to do that with Dawi, because Dawi has only infantry. And these guys, you can see that they will make some damage to the Gorbis chariots, but it's not significant. They will join over here, also will charge in the front line. So we have a draft warriors minus. Dwarf warriors, also red weapon of course, miners and dwarf warriors. And we have here, I think this is the best way to play it. One of the best ways. You have a lot of thunderers and missile units. Here you can see that hidden. The iron drakes, very cool. So they hit large units. Also the Gorbis chariots very much. They make so much damage to them. And now we have a lot of missile infantry, and I have to deal with that. So I have to manage it to go through the front line to kill all the units, because I'm not able to do that only with my colleagues. They will not be able to kill them all in time. Also the Gorbis chariots, so it's very difficult. I think this is a quite good pick over here. I was not sure why my enemy was putting his lord, so he has just a lord. Also very interesting. I don't know what to think about that, because this one is very cheap. The armor piercing amount is very low, but I'm not sure if it doesn't matter, as I said, against Chaos, because you are not able to place a lot of hits. Because one hit from the colleague and you will fly around. So I'm not sure over here. Performance is also should be not very good. You can see he casted a rune of Wrath and Rune, maybe, or what is this? No, this is from the Ulta. Ulta Raiders. Reduces the armor. So he reduced the armor over here. And now he's shooting with his iron drakes on that. So very good stuff over here. Very good combination. So he managed it to kill my Gorbis chariots very fast. Or to at least hit them a lot. You can see they are shaking. They will not. They will rout in a few seconds. So you can see that route now. And also this group will rout. So I remember this match. It was a really good match. It was a really close one. But my opponent had a lot of experience with Dawi. I think he made a lot of good things over here. As I said, I'm not sure why he was sending the Lord into the front line. So a lot of the storm goes down over here to the Thunderers, but not making a lot of damage. I think he would like to create a trap, but the Warriors of Dragonfire Pass not performing very well against Kulik. Not significant over here. But yeah, but it is a quite good tactical thing to charge in, to move with Dawi and to split up. You can see not all my units. Now this unit is very separated over here and will fight that. Will fight on the right flank. And you can see now the blasting charges going down. Very good over here. You can see how much damage my Chaos Warriors took. Very good over here of my opponent. But here I'm able to attack his Warriors of Dragonfire Pass. So one group of Gorbis chariots coming back. But that was a good turn. You can see in the back line how many problems I have with to compete against this all missile infantry. Because if I attack this one, they will shoot on me. If I'm going after them, they will shoot on me. So it's quite difficult to handle that over here. Very difficult. As I said, if you have a lot of missile infantry, it's not so easy to just to drive through with your Gorbis chariots or with your Koleks. You have to manage that with infantry, and then you have to deal with that very fast. So you have to break through the front line. And you manage that everything very well, because you can see the front line holds up very long. This will break the miners, and now you have to go with your marauders through that. You can see he noticed that and sent directly his dwarf warriors after that, because now this is a very bad situation now for him, because this side it broke up, and I'm now able to go after his missile infantry. This fight over here is very important. This Runald is very heavily damaged. He will die in a few seconds. Lord of the Storm over here, but I think... Oh, sorry. Mistake of mine. Was not so much damage over here, you can see. Just a few models, but it's very difficult to... to make a lot of the damage to them. The Lord died over here. Some of my routing units, as I said, the Chaos Marauders, as I said in the beginning, the Chaos Marauders will route really fast, but they also will get back really fast. Still quite healthy and can support over here. Also over here you can see that. This is Chaos Warriors, also good. So I was not able to get through the front line in time. And now I saw that it took so much damage from this Iron Drakes and Ultas Raiders, and so it was really difficult for me to clean up everything on the back line. You can see also he has some dwarf warriors left and chase my Kolek. That was not really clever from me, because this group of dwarf warriors hold up 3 units of chaos warriors. At least I should bring quick 1 chaos warriors units and join over in the backline fight over here. So not every unit should fight this one. These dwarf warriors, they are shaking now. So a lot of the storm goes down over here. Sorry again, missed that. This make a lot of damage, in fact. This amount of damage was quite good. But you can see still, he's shooting with the Thunderers. And the Thunderers make so much damage to a Kolek. It's very... And also the Iron Drakes, even if they are not very if there are not much models anymore. Because what you see here, colleague is shaking, and I'm not sure if they can, if they managed to kill him, but he will not rout, and very good over here. So in my opinion, the gyrocopters are good for chasing out enemy units. So you are not able to do that with Dawi, except if you have cannons or gyrocopters. So if a colleague will rout, or enemy infantry units also, you cannot chase them out. You don't have anything, as I said, except for cannons and the gyrocopters. So for that, the gyrocopters are very good. So I don't know. He chased out here. You can see that. With the gyrocopters, he chased out my Dragon Ogre Shagget. So for that, it's very good. So that he will not come back. Very good to do that. As I said, this one was quite close. A lot of, you can see that, a huge amount of infantry units and missile infantry. Of course, the Lord is very cheap, but I like that, I think, because as I said, it's if you bring a white dwarf on something, the stats are very good, and you should think that a white dwarf can kill a colleague, colleague, but in reality it isn't like this, because he's not able to place one hit after another. So in my opinion, it's also okay to bring just the Lord, because if you are not able to place a lot of hits, it don't matter if you have a lot of armor piercing or not. So also should be fine with that. So then think that you can leave it out and bring a rune rod. This is not necessary, but the rest, minus plastic charge, is very good over here. I think Iron Drakes are too much. So 1 or 2 units are okay, but bring Thunderers. Thunderers are very strong. 2 units over here. I think at least if he put out 1 unit of Iron Drakes or 2 and fill that up with high tier infantry, melee infantry, I think he would able to kill me. He would able to win. Maybe. I'm not sure. So okay, thank you. As I said, I will not. Nothing new under the sun. Always the same. If you are at least able to have or you have some micromanagement, and you have a colleague and Gorby's chariots, you should be always able to win against Dawi. So I have always the same tactic, works always very well, and that will not change, I think. So also Dawi will not get any new support or new units, so the matchup will always be the same. So I will not cast that anymore. So even except there's any special match or something, but otherwise I will not do that. So thank you, and let me know what you think. Maybe you saw something what I'm not able to see in these matches, and yeah. But yeah, anyway, thank you, and see you in the next episode. Thank you for tuning in.